no form persists for very long. The form that this moment takes is beautiful. And of course, like all forms, it's about to dissolve. Next week, all you will have of this, or even tomorrow, or tonight, what's left of this gathering on the level of form will be stored as a memory trace in your mind and as images, probably digital these days, on your camera. And then you can look at that. You can revive the memory in your mind. Oh, that was nice. Or who knows, you might say, oh, I'm so glad to be back home in my own bed. Or that was nice, I wish I was still there. Or you look already on the computer screen, you look at the pictures you took. And it's become a memory, which of course you can only remember it now. It's always now. And suddenly remember that it's always now. And suddenly remember that the essence of this gathering was that, the fact that it's always now. And that hasn't changed at all. The now hasn't left you at all. The essence of this gathering has never left you, can't leave you. So you don't need to make it into some kind of memory. It's unimportant. The essence of it stays as yourself. Because this whole gathering was about yourself. We said that at the beginning. You had to travel here to be with yourself. That is the irony at the moment of humanity, but that's how it works. And so it is timeless. There's no need to think back. Oh, it was so peaceful there. Where did you feel that peace? How do you know it was peaceful? I felt it inside. Okay. And where is that now? Well, it's gone. I can't feel it anymore. Well, of course you can't feel it with here, because you're talking from here now. Can't feel it. Are you in the body? No, I can't go into the body now. I've got too much on my mind. And then perhaps suddenly you remember not to believe every thought that arises in your mind. And after your mind has said, I can't go into the body, there's too much going on, you suddenly go into the body. Oh. Alertness returns. Suddenly you're aware of your surroundings again. And suddenly the phone rings. And then you remember the gaps and the spaces, and you don't jump to answer it. And as you let it ring, you smile. Will you answer the phone or not? I don't know. In the Stillness Speaks book, it says that every ending is a little death. Whenever a situation comes to an end, because the form of that situation dissolves. And rather than resisting that, allow the form to dissolve. because the form is never it, and the form is not who you are. Who you are is always hiding underneath the form, or deep inside as the formless essence of this form. And when that dissolves, it's beautiful because the essence shines through even more. So as this gathering dissolves, the essence of this gathering, if you allow the ending to be there, shines through even more. Some people find that when their spiritual teacher dies, although I don't know when this body is going to go, but when their spiritual teacher dies, it's a beautiful thing, because suddenly there's only, where there was the form, there's only an emptiness. And that emptiness is more powerful, a more powerful opening even than the form. And the great teachers leave behind an enormous space in the fabric of existence when they pass away. They leave behind a black hole. I saw that very clearly. Within a space of 2 weeks or so, I was in India, in Tiruvannamalai, at the ashram of Ramana Maharshi, where I watched the pilgrims every evening circumambulate, I think that's the word. It means going around the samadhi, the place, the burial place or whatever of Ramana Maharshi, where they built a stone sculpture as if he were still sitting there, unfortunately. But they get drawn, and they were all going around it. It's quite a large space, hundreds of people walking around and around and around. 2 weeks later, we were in Assisi, where St. Francis lived, and there in the basement of the church, there's his tomb. Also, they had built a similar structure, and there was a continuous stream of people walking around and around and around. And I saw the similarity, and I saw the image of they're walking around the black hole that was left behind, an opening into the formless. They were phenomena that opened up the fabric of phenomenal, physical, sense-perceived existence to make room for the divine to shine through, the formless one life, one consciousness. But ultimately, it's everybody's destiny to be that opening. And so we use the expression that you are becoming transparent to that. And the best way to becoming transparent to that is through surrender. Resistance creates more density in the form. Surrender makes you transparent. So the power of the universe moves through you. You become less as a person, less of a person, and more who you truly are. And it's better to leave that nameless.